Coming up on Inside Lee University Basketball, we'll have highlights from the first semester of the season, the first segment of the schedule, as both the Flames and the Lady Flames are currently ranked in the top 10 in the country. And it's also time to focus in on moving up in the world to Division II of the NCAA. All that and much more straight ahead. Hi everybody, welcome into our 12th season of Inside Lee University Basketball. I'm Randy Smith. Joining us first on the program today is Coach Marty Rowe, the head coach of the Lady Flames at Lee. And Coach, welcome into the show. Your team is off to a great start, 13-1 as we go into show number 1 for this season.
Well, obviously we've gotten off to a nice start and looking forward to the second half of the season already. But you know, of course, it's just it's one of those things where we're excited about our team, and they've showed great improvement from day one, and so we'll continue to see if we can take next little steps here and there.
All right, we're going to have several highlights to show you today. We're going to start with an exhibition game as the Lady Flames played at Tennessee Tech from the Ohio Valley Conference, and of course, this is a very traditional, long-time successful program of the OVC.
Well, and they have Jim Davis, who's one of the most highly respected coaches in the country, who was at Clemson for 18 years, is back in his first year at Tech. And we played awfully well. They picked to win their division in the OVC, and I believe we had the lead with about 5 minutes to go in this game. And this is coming off of having just played 2 games on the weekend against Chattanooga, and also at home here against Milligan in a homecoming. But I thought we did some really good things. It was great for us to get a chance to play a really good team, and Tech does some really good things on both ends of the court. They're big and athletic inside, and then of course got a transfer or two that can on the perimeter that can really play. So for us to give ourselves a chance to win the game, I was really proud of our team. They made some big plays, and they're kind of senior laden, and they made big plays down the stretch. But I thought we really did a lot of good things. You see, Carly Miller played awfully well, and played really well this weekend too. But we moved the basketball, got a lot of different looks from different people. Got a chance, with these exhibition games, we're trying to see who can play on the big. Who can play in a game that's going to be highly contested, and we were able to see that early in the year, and that's why we want to play these type of games.
71-66, a 5-point loss in the exhibition season. And by the way, we wanted to mention that you played UTC's Lady Mocs very well, and lost that one in a close game as well. Holly German led Lee with 18 points as the Lady Flames shot it at almost 60% from the floor. And anytime you shoot that well, you're going to be playing with a lot of good basketball teams.
Yeah, and I mean that's been kind of the defensively we want to be really good, and when we commit to being good defensively and then actually shoot the ball well, we have a chance to be a really, really good team at times.
All right, next up in our highlights section of the show, we have highlights of a game against 12th ranked Bethel. And this is a pretty good non-conference game and a big test for you early in the year.
Yeah, I mean, with Bethel, they came in ranked 12th, just came off a couple big wins over Campbellsville and different things. And they came and got all over us, Randy. I'll be honest with you, we're down 11-2 in about the first 3-4 minutes of the game. And, and I think, we kind of got back on our heels a little bit and maybe gave them a little bit too much respect early. I mean, we want to respect our opponents, and we do. We respect everybody we play, but at some point in time, you got to take it right at them. And once we calmed down and started to relax a bit, I thought you could see us really start to take this game over. You can see we moved the ball really well. Jenna played really well, step back 3 right there. Ran the floor. Carly's just been running the floor like crazy. When our 5-man can run and spread the court out, it gives us a chance to really do some things in transition. we were able to take pretty well command of this game by the time halftime rolled around, and again, did some really good stuff. You see us getting deep off of penetration and a lot of inside to out kickouts and some people doing some stuff. And when we do that, we're versatile and we're really hard to guard. But I thought defensively, Bethel came in averaging well over 70 points a game. We held them to, I think, 47 in this game. And I think that's been the big part of us. I mean, if working on going from the offensive end to the defensive end and really doing a good job of stopping people. And then, if we make a big shot or two, then that really stretches the lead for us. So you can see, again, ball movement was excellent. They tried to switch some defenses on us, and kind of every time they did something, we would make a heads-up play. And again, when we knock down open shots, we've got a lot of people that can shoot it, and so it makes us tough to defend at times. You see Melanie Barker, who's going to be a really good player. She's a big guard that can do some things, and then Mary Jackson, the Carter Miller again right there. So again, balance is important for us, and obviously we want to continue to work on that. See that nice assist from Julia Zimmerman right there.
The Lady Flames going into the game, by the way, were ranked 6th at that time, 61-47. Holly German, another big game with 20 points. Jenna Adams had 14 points and 8 boards, as Jasmine Taylor led Bethel with 15 points and 7 rebounds. Stay with us. We're going to be back with more highlights of the Lady Flames as Inside Lee University basketball continues right after this.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at SpeakingDeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you Speaking Deacon?
Fazoli's is the most family-friendly Italian restaurant in town. All of the fresh and flavorful meals are served right at your table on real dishes with real silverware instead of foam or plastic. Enjoy a clean, contemporary dining room and the excellent service you would normally expect from an expensive sit-down restaurant. For less than the price of a burger and fries, you can get a delicious hot meal like baked spaghetti, pizza, and all the breadsticks you can eat. It's fast, fresh Italian. It's Fazoli's.
Welcome back to Inside Lee University basketball. I'm Randy Smith. Coach Marty Rowe of the Lady Flames is with us as well. And Coach, now we're going to take a look at one of the final crossover games in the Southern States Athletic Conference. Yep. The Lady Flames taking on Belhaven, the team that surprised a lot of people, won the league last year. Yep. And of course, they're in the other division from you guys, but always a tough matchup.
Well, it is, and we've never been to Jackson to play them. Mm-hmm. And coming off last year, them beating us in the conference tournament finals. I mean, I know our girls were excited to play down there, and of course, we've been off for 15 days, so we should be excited to play anywhere. And so. It took a while to get the bugs out at Belhaven, that's for sure. They're athletic in a couple of key positions that give us some problems sometimes. And, the big thing, too, is Jenna got in foul trouble. Our second leading scorer plays 10 minutes, has 2 points. She's averaging 14 points a game. You're going to see her 2 points right there. She's averaging 13, 14 a game and 8 or 9 assists, and we only go, 10 minutes with her. So we asked some other people to step up, and they certainly did. And we had to fight for this one a little bit. They made a nice run at us in the second half. Again, they've got some nice players, especially you have one good guard and a really solid forward that does a lot of good things. But to our credit, I thought we hung in there. Didn't rebound the ball well, and I thought that's really a thing that we've got to work on this week. Is this weekend we did not attack the glass like we were right before the break, and I think that comes back to just getting back in the flow and seeing things. And so we'll definitely address that. There's Mel right there. May have kept it a little bit too late, but nice kick out. Julia's really shooting the ball well, Julia Zimmerman, and we need her to really do that. Nice pass from Melanie Barker to Mariah Isles. Again, we're getting about 10, 11 people. A lot of times, Randy, we're running about a 9-person rotation, but we've got 10 or 11 people that we think at any time can play and step up. And you're seeing highlights from a lot of different folks. Last year, I thought we got really, I thought our balance, late in the year especially, we relied on Holly and Angela way too much, and now we're starting to get a lot of different people to score. And you see Marion made a great play and getting the ball to Holly there. Again, a lot of good ball movement. Carly Miller was awesome this week. I think she had 18 and 9 in this game, or 18 and 7. And then just had a heck of a weekend, and we need that out of her on a consistent basis.
65-48 final, another win for the Lady Flames. Holly German had 18 points, 8 assists, and a couple of steals. Carly Miller also chipped in with 18 as she had 6 of 9 shots from the floor and hauled in 7 rebounds a game. Altogether, Lee is 4-1 in the Southern States Athletic Conference. They're 13-1 overall. And Coach, we're going to talk about going into divisional play, and we look at the standing, which we will look at here in just a moment. It's top heavy in the Eastern Division, isn't it?
I think so. I think there's 4 teams in the East that really stand out, and we get to play one of them this weekend at home in Coastal Georgia, who's in their first year in our conference. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I think there are a lot of good teams in our league. I think there are 5, 6 excellent teams in our league this year, and I think it's going to be fun. And on our side of the slate too, with Coastal Georgia and Southern Poly and Emmanuel always being tough opponents. So we're looking forward to it. That's what we all play for, is to really get into conference time and see what kind of adjustments people will make against us and what kind of things we need to adjust with them.
Well, Coach, good luck. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.
As we said, we're going to take a look at those standings as we take a look around the SSAC. The East-West crossover games have been concluded. Now we're going to move into divisional play. And on the women's side of the schedule, in the Eastern Division, Lee is in first place, 4-1, 13-1 overall. They're followed closely by Coastal Georgia, first year of the league at 5-1, 13-3, and Southern Poly always near the top, 4-1, 11-1 on the year. And they're followed in the standings by Emmanuel, Bruneau, Southern Wesleyan, Bruton Parker, and Truett McConnell. The Western Division has undefeated Auburn Montgomery at 6-0, 13-3 overall. Faulkner 4-1, 14-3, and then they're followed by William Carey, Mobile, Belhaven, Spring Hill, and Loyola. On the men's side of the ledger, in the Eastern Division, Lee is tied with Emmanuel for first place, 5-1. The Flames are 13-1 and ranked third in the country, while Emmanuel is 15-2 overall. And then they're followed in the standings by Southern Wesleyan, Southern Poly, Coastal Georgia, Bruton Parker, and Truett McConnell. In the Western Division, it's William Carey, undefeated in the league after the win over Lee, 6-0. They're 6-0. They're 13-2 overall. Faulkner now 5-1, and they're followed in the standings by Loyola, Auburn, Montgomery, Belhaven, Mobile, and Spring Hill.
He never did tell me we might be alone.
How did she always make it look so easy?
Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. We offer support groups to help with grieving or just talking and sharing. These support groups are another of our commitments to you.
At Jim Rush Funeral Homes, we believe life is worth remembering with compassion and respect. We will continue this tradition that has set us apart for so many years. Jim Rush Funeral Homes, it's all about life. North Ocoee and Wildwood Chapels.
Zaxby's, indescribably good.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at speakingdeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you speaking deacon?
Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. I'm Randy Smith. Men's coach Tommy Brown joining us now, the coach of the third-ranked nationally Lee Flames, 13-1 as well. And Coach, as Marty's team is, your team off to a great start so far this season. Though you are coming off your first loss of the year as we start the show, you've had a really good first segment of the year.
We have, but we got back late last night from a loss, so it's hard to put the whole thing in perspective at this point. It's hard to be objective about where you are because you just remember, last night's loss. But we have gotten off to a fast start, and certainly if you told me before the season started, I would be content. But that's just not how you feel after a loss.
Yeah, well, we'll try to schedule the taping of the show a little differently next year. So
I think you can blame that on Salyer.
Oh yeah, probably Jeff Salyer, our producer. All right, let's take a look first of all at an early season matchup against big rival Tennessee Temple.
This was the opening play of the second half there. Will Barnes is a transfer from Tennessee Tech. He is a leading scorer on our team, averaging above 20 points a game. And we were down at halftime of this game, and Will came out and really caught fire in the second half and did a great job. This is a storied rivalry that we talk about every year. That was Pat Shaughnessy from Chattanooga in his third year here, who's a starter for us. But this rivalry has a lot of pageantry to it, and with us going to Division II, it's one of the things that it's kind of up in the air right now if we're going to continue this. And one of the longest rivalries in sports, really. So Temple's got a new coach that's doing a great job. They're going to be very difficult to deal with. We play them next week, and it's going to be difficult to deal with. There's Chad Lee, another Chattanooga boy from McCallie in his sophomore season. Now Chad's stepped it up. He's our leading rebounder, playing significant minutes for us, has made tremendous improvements in his game over the course of the year. Duran Blues, our starting point guard, has gotten off to a good start this year. Duran is settled into that point guard spot. Last year he played a lot of the two guard, and he's just a lot better player at the point guard. That's Corey Billingsley, Sweetwater product, sophomore. Played sparingly last year, but has really stepped it up in a six-man role. He's averaging double figures for us, and is an awfully good player.
79-65 the final at that time back in October when you played this game. Lee was ranked 15th in the country. Will Barnes had 20 points, 4 rebounds. Duran Blue at the point had 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Joe Quinn led Tennessee Temple with 19 points. And after the victory over Tennessee Temple, several other victories, and then we move on to a game against Freed-Hardman here at home. And that, of course, is always a big rivalry.
Freed-Hardman's a great team. They're well coached by Jason Shelton, and came in highly ranked in this game. This was a battle. I mean, whenever you play them, you know they're going to be well coached, they're going to be well prepared, and they're very athletic. That was big Steve Bennett scoring there. Steve's a senior for us and has lost some weight and is moving better for us right now. Steve's from North Carolina. That's Chase Dunn. We haven't mentioned him yet. He's a Livingston product, and Chase is about 5'8", but plays so much bigger. He's a Division I transfer from Tennessee Tech, and he's doing a fabulous job for us. There you see our two sophomores working together there, Chad Lee to Corey Billingsley, and Corey is shooting above 50% from the three for us. Really, when he gets his feet set, does a great job. This team early on has really done a good job sharing the ball with each other, moving the ball around. Lately we haven't been quite as good as we were early on. So there you see Chase. I mean, he is fearless at 5'8". He will drive it into anybody in any size. So does a wonderful job for us, can shoot it. We have to, and there's Chad Lee again, who's our leading rebounder at this point, and has really stepped his game up. this team's a little different than we've had. It's a little smaller, but a better shooting team, although we do have some good post players. So it'll be interesting to see how this year plays out. But the good news is we have guys that can shoot it and some guys that can drive it. This game was tied all the way. Freed-Hardman unfortunately had their best player, their post player, tear his ACL with about 8 minutes left in the game. And great kid from Nashville, and feel bad for him and their team. So Will Barnes hit some big shots. We take about a 12-point lead here late, and we hang on at the end. Freed-Hardman made a late run, and they always make it difficult for you because they're so well coached. See Corey Billingsley doing a great job with the jump stop, being patient there, and finding Steve Bennett. Jump stop is one of the most underrated aspects of the game. Is to, and then there's Chadley, another huge rebound for him.
85-80, big win for the 15th ranked Lee Flames in that one. Chase Dunn with 20 points, 7 assists, 4 boards. Steve Bennett, nice game for the big fella, 12 points and 8 rebounds. And Mac Chandler led Freed-Hardman with 19 points. Lee is, as we mentioned, is currently ranked 3rd in the country, 13-1 on the year. And Coach, I hate to do this to you, but when we come back from the commercial break, we're going to take a look at that loss from last night, actually. But it was a great game. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
At Sky Ridge Medical Center, we believe every moment is important. That's why, whatever you encounter on the road of life, Sky Ridge Medical Center will be there for you and your family. You can count on our experienced, dedicated staff to provide quality health care and the advanced medical technology you need, so you don't miss one special moment. Sky Ridge Medical Center, your hospital for a lifetime.
He never did tell me we might be alone.
How did she always make it look so easy?
Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. We offer support groups to help with grieving or just talking and sharing. These support groups are another of our commitments to you.
At Jim Rush Funeral Homes, we believe life is worth remembering with compassion and respect. We will continue this tradition that has set us apart for so many years. Jim Rush Funeral Homes. It's all about life. North Ocoee and Wildwood Chapels.
Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. Coach Tommy Brown is joining us now on the program, and we were 13-0 going into the game at William Carey down in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, but this was the 10th ranked team in the country. Very, very good basketball team, so it's no disgrace to lose to them, even though you might not have played as well as you wanted to.
But yeah, I'm not necessarily frustrated about losing. I'm just frustrated about how it came about, And when you're undefeated, sometimes you have a tendency to feel like you're better than you are and let up doing the little things. And, I'd kind of seen that over the last few weeks in practice. So, and some of that stuff showed up. But when you're a lot better than your opponent, you've got more margin for error. You can make mistakes, mental mistakes, but you can't do that against a quality team like William Carey. They're very talented, very athletic. And, the first half, we actually played really well. We scored 44 points. You see a lot of these shots are off drive and dishes. And when we do that, we're very good. There's Jamoris Gaines. This is actually his second game playing. He is a junior college transfer from Albany Tech, and he's giving us a lift. Number 23 there is a heck of a player. We really had trouble guarding their dribble penetration. And that was a bad sign for us all night. Pat Shaughnessy had a great weekend for us. Did a tremendous job on the glass. There's Manu Rubawa from Ghana. he played at Indiana and has transferred to us. He is 7 feet tall and had one of his better efforts last night. Corey Billingsley, again from Sweetwater, had 15 second half points and really did a nice job. We had a lot of trouble against the press against William Carey. We turned it over. We were in some bad positions. We weren't very disciplined. That put us in a situation where we had to press and come from behind. And we did a nice job not giving up and bringing this thing down to the last shot. This is near the end, and we get a steal and a turnover here. And this, I believe, cuts it to a 2-point game. And, we press right here, and we end up getting another steal, I believe. And actually, this play right here by Corey, which is a tremendous play. This cuts it to 2 points. And they call timeout. We end up fouling the wrong guy. And that really affected us. But I tell you, this team, when we play for each other, is very good. And here's the in play right here. We end up turning it over, and we didn't get a shot up, which is very disappointing. We had 2 guys open, so we end up losing to a very good William Carey team by 3.
82-79, a 3-point loss for the third-ranked Flames. Will Barnes had 17 points. Pat Shaughnessy, as Tommy mentioned, 11 points, 8 rebounds. 6 of them were off the offensive glass, as Lee is now 13-1 on the year. We're getting to the end of the crossover part of the schedule. We're going to start divisional play. Let's talk a little bit about the teams in our division. Currently, we're tied for first place with Emmanuel at 5-1 in the league.
Emmanuel's doing a great job. They're well coached. They're 15-2 overall, having a great season. And so it doesn't look like they're going to go anywhere. And, if we're going to compete and be a championship team, we need to do some things better. We need to be more disciplined. We need to, just play every night, because anyone can beat you any night. And so, it'll be a great challenge. The other teams that are in our division, I think Southern Poly is going to continue to get better. They added some guys at the break. And always playing on the road against anybody, you can get beat. So, should be interesting, and hopefully we will learn from last night, and championship teams do learn from their losses, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, good luck. We'll see you next week. Be sure and join us next week. Coming up on Inside Lee University Basketball, more highlights for you. The Lady Flames travel to Southern Wesleyan. They'll be hosting SSAC newcomer Coastal Georgia. As both teams actually be playing those teams, we'll have highlights as we begin divisional play. We're also going to talk more about the process of Lee moving into Division II of the NCAA. We'll have feature is Matt Yelton, the great soccer coach here at Lee, talks about the legacy his team is going to leave in the NAIA. All that and much more next week. For Coach Tommy Brown and Coach Marty Rowe, I'm Randy Smith. Have a great rest of the week, everybody.